Hi everybody, and thanks for joining us on another one of our Wednesday video visitations. It's a beautiful, beautiful day, a remarkably pretty day for the 2nd of November, All Souls Day, a day when we especially remember those who've gone before us. Home to the Lord, where we all want to be someday. Well, as you can see, I have a lovely guest today.
Happy to be here.
Melissa Clarkson.
Yes, well, yep, happy to be here.
Melissa Clarkson. Melissa Clarkson, how long have you belonged to the venerable Visitation Parish?
My husband Chris and I have belonged for probably about 14 years.
Jiminy. Why, you must have been a child bride.
I was.
And you have children?
We have 3 girls now at the school. Our youngest started kindergarten, Savannah, and a 3rd grader, May, and a 6th grader, Nora. All girls.
Wow. Nora, May, and Savannah. Those are neat names.
Thank you. Yeah, we like them.
Yeah, really neat. Well, Melissa, you've come here today to talk to us about something, but I can't. Oh, the school auction. That's it.
That little event that's happening.
Yeah, that's a big thing. It's the major fundraiser every year for the school. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, we depend on it greatly because it takes a whole lot of cash to keep that school running, and we got to generate much of it through this auction. So, Melissa, what would you like to tell us about the school auction? So
the auction, our theme this year is sequins and sneakers. Grab your sequins, I know you're going to be there. And it is Friday, November 11th, and we are back at school, which everyone's very excited about. In the school gym, in the cafeteria, last year we celebrated our centennial downtown at Hotel Kansas City, which was wonderful. But this year we're bringing our auction back to school, and it's been a few years. So it'll be fun to, everyone's just kind of excited. The staff's excited to be back in the building, parents, new families. So we are excited to have that. Lots of ways for everyone to get involved, even if you're not a school family. I know Megan's gonna put our link on this video too, is we have some fun swag items for parishioners and other families, and some beautiful Visitation embroidered blankets, some Pickwick candles with a nice Visitation sticker, some Visitation wine glasses, and a couple raffle items for some cool trips. So anyone's welcome, and we appreciate the support of everyone in those areas, even if you're not attending. And obviously general donations, like you said, Father, are always appreciated, and thank you to those who've already donated.
What is swag?
Swag is like the stuff, kind of gifty items.
Oh. Blankets,
cups, candles.
That's swag. Okay. I see. Okay. What's a Pickwick candle?
Pickwick is a local candle company that's pretty popular.
Pickwick.
Pickwick.
Like the Pickwick Papers.
Yes. And then so the candles have been a big hit. There's a nice fall scent candle that people are welcome to buy. Just other small ways to support the auction if you're not going to be there in person.
I see.
But we're expecting probably almost 400 in person at the auction next Friday night. So we'll have. Man.
Was the auction about this time of year last year?
It was the exact time of year, yes.
I remember driving downtown and having to park several blocks away, probably because I was too dumb to know where I should have parked. And anyway, walking in the freezing weather. It was so cold. And that seems so strange because it's so warm.
So beautiful now. I know, it's so warm.
Yeah. Isn't that something? Well, the auction's quite an event, and I know it will be this year too. And what is your role in it? Are you the big boss?
I am the big boss, I guess you could say, the auction chair this year. But it takes a village, as we all know, and we have a wonderful committee. It's been very rewarding to see how this community stepped up to help out with the auction to make it a success.
I know you've worked hard. Have you enjoyed it?
I really have enjoyed it. It's been wonderful. New friendships, new relationships, and honestly, it's been very humbling just to see people's generosity with their time and their talents and their treasures. It's been great.
Wow, isn't that beautiful? Golly. Well, Melissa, I needed you to come in here today and sit down before our Visitation fire and tell me this good news. Because, you know, as I go along from day to day, I'm pretty much focused on the problems. So it's nice to hear a success
There's
story.
a lot of good happening in our
Yeah.
community, and it's been really fun to see that this fall. There's a lot of good happening.
I sure appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
All right, so auction is a week from Friday.
A week from Friday, 5:30,
Here
in
at
the gym
school.
at
And
school.
Can anybody come?
Anybody can come. We will not turn anybody away.
They just got to spend some money.
They have to spend some money. Mostly school families and community come, but of course, anyone's
naturally.
welcome.
Yeah, well, please be sure that there's a big announcement about it in the Mass this weekend.
Yes, there is. We have a nice spread in the bulletin and then the link for it. So
Okay.
absolutely, we
So,
will.
so we can get that out. Is there anything else you'd like to say about the auction or any other thing?
No, I just, thank you everyone. There's been a lot of support already coming in from our parishioners. We sent a nice letter out earlier this fall, so we're just excited to see it come together.
I can only think of one fly in your ointment.
And what's that?
You have Visitation wine glasses, but no beer mugs.
Well, we can probably get you one of those too. I
Oh.
think our Biztoberfest had some of those left over.
A beer mug is what the priest needs. All right, well, Melissa, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, Father.
My
Thank you.
great pleasure.
Thank you.
My great pleasure.
Thank you.
So Melissa's going to exit stage right, and we have our liturgy and music director coming on next. Oh, look at him stepping up here. Alejandro Manzo. He's got his own sign. Alejandro, how are you today?
Well, it's good to be back here on the Johnny Cash Show. Thanks for inviting me.
Johnny Cash.
I mean, Johnny Carson. Dang, that's embarrassing.
Man, if I was Johnny Carson, I'd have the dough.
Yes?
Yes, sir. As it is, I'm just humble bread.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, humble bread. Just doing my best to sweep up the crumbs around here at Visitation. So you're here today to talk to us about a couple of things.
Yeah, just briefly, the choir has its annual All Souls concert. It's been, I guess you can almost call it a tradition now for the last 5 years or so. COVID kind of mixed that up, but we've been doing this for a handful of years now, and I think it's been a good thing for a variety of people. It's always been a really challenging but also very satisfying project for the choir to work on, because the music we do always sometimes stretches the envelope a little bit, and it takes a lot of hard work, but I know they see the fruits of their labor, and of course that's always a satisfying thing. But most importantly, I think the All Souls concert has been fruitful for our listeners. And so I pray that is the same way this year as well, and I think it will be. There's a variety of choral styles that are going to be displayed at this concert, so there's a little bit of everything, from Renaissance to contemporary to spirituals.
Got any Albert Brumley in there?
You know what? That's what I forgot, but next year, that sounds like a good All Souls repertoire, so.
When we come to the end of our journey, benediction often quickens our pain. Doesn't that sound about All Souls?
That sounds pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
That's the type of caliber we do at the All Souls concert.
Yeah. Maybe you and I could work that up or something.
Yeah, I think that's actually not a bad idea. I'd enjoy that.
Who knows if I'll be here or not, but maybe I will.
Well, anyway, so the All Souls concert is this Sunday at 5 p.m. It's going to melt.
Yes, sirree. 5 p.m. Sunday night. I don't know if I'll be there or not. It just kind of depends on how things go with
I understand.
my poor father. But anyway, it'll be a good thing. I've been to a couple of those, and I know they're real fine.
Yeah, the choir puts a lot of effort, and I'm very excited about this weekend. So.
Now, in the way of All Souls, we also have a special service this very night.
That's
do we
right.
not?
Yeah, not to be confused with the concert, there's an All Souls prayer service, as today is All Souls, as you mentioned at the beginning of this video, and that's at 6:30. And we remember all those who have died this past year in our parish community, and beyond that. And it doesn't have to even be people that we remembered that died this past year, but could be 5 years ago or 20 years ago. So that's what this service aims to do.
I've noticed we've gotten some new cantors lately. Really fine. I've enjoyed them a lot.
Oh, good. Thank you. Yes, we are very blessed at this parish.
Our new children's choir on Wednesday. That's great.
For the children's mass, it's been nice. It's been a lot of levity.
And I think the big choir's going good. You got a lot of members. And
things are going well. We're blessed here.
You are rocking and rolling, buddy.
You know what? We're trying to do the Lord's work through music.
And you're succeeding.
Well, I'm trying.
And I appreciate it.
I enjoy what I do.
Wonderful. All right. Well, thank you.
All right. Very good. Thank you.
I think
you want me to stick around for the rest of your things that I have nothing to do with?
You make the frame so much better looking.
Well,
so why don't you just stay right there?
All right.
I think I have but one more thing to say. And this is kind of an extraordinary thing. We got a kind of an emergency missive from the bishop on the corn pewter yesterday about a group of refugees, looking at the producer because she'll straighten me out. Asylum seekers, okay, that are coming to Kansas City pretty soon, kind of suddenly. And so I'll just read you what the estimable Karen Miller wrote me about it. This weekend, November 5th and 6th, Bishop Johnston is inviting parishes in our diocese to take up a collection, real suddenly, take up a collection to help a group of asylum seekers traveling from El Paso, Texas. And the bus will arrive on December 2nd. You know, that's coming right up, December 2nd, man, I'll tell you. And it'll have approximately 50 to 100 individuals who've already been processed and screened. Sounds kind of like cheese. Processed and screened. Our city will be a temporary stop for many of these people who have family or friends awaiting them in other places. But they're going to get here to Kansas City hungry and with little more than clothing that they wear. Our financial support will help our diocese respond to the need for food, clothing, and shelter in the interim, and give us all an opportunity to welcome the stranger, as Christ calls us to do in the 25th chapter of the Gospel of Matthew. Any support you can provide will be appreciated. And so I think what we're going to do, instead of passing the basket a second time through the congregation, such as our congregation is, we'll put a basket out here on the big table in the narthex. And maybe as you pass, if you want to help out these asylum seekers in some fashion, just make a little contribution. I'm going to do it.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. So I think that's all we've got. Producer, you got anything? Nope. All right, everybody, thank you so much for hanging with us this week. I want to thank Melissa Clarkson, who came to beautify our proceedings and tell us about the auction, and Alejandro to tell us about his
Always
good
happy
stuff.
to jump on.
Always happy to have you.
All righty.
All right.
Hope you have me back sometime soon.
We hope so. We hope so. Anyway, until then, goodbye and God bless.